This is the House of Hockey podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Hockey is more than a game, it's a lifestyle. It's you, the diehard supportive fans, your favorite players who are on the team you cheer for, and the organization who supports them.
The companies that make your gear, bags, and beer league sweaters. The hockey moms and hockey dads, and everything else that makes this House of Hockey your home. Come on in. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Rae Rae.
And this is our house. What's up, everybody? You're listening to the House of Hockey podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Breezy.
And I'm your other host, Rae Rae. This is episode 93, and we have a special guest this week.
We do have a special guest this week, and it's Christmas week, so I guess we're doing a 2-for-1 celebratory. I don't know what we're celebrating. I guess just our 93rd episode. Almost
93rd.
Our guest. We're almost to the end of the year. Yeah. It's been another year doing the good old pod.
It has been. Yeah. So the guest is Kevin Pozzo. I'm a little slow. I've been traveling. I had some work and I just got back today when we were recording. So I'm a little bit brain dead. So forgive me, everybody, but all is well. Kevin is awesome. He reached out to me on Instagram. Somehow he found us and he played for many years. He played for the New Orleans Brass. He's played in how many leagues again?
6 different leagues and a handful of teams as well. I wasn't able to fully write down all of the teams there, but 6 different leagues. The WHL, IHL, ECHL, AHL, WCHL, and BIHS.
Yes.
Got a lot to cover there. So we're going to go over it.
Yeah, you'll hear it all from Kevin. He's now an actor, like a SWAT actor.
Yeah. The Purge is one of the ones that I kind of rang a bell for me. I'm not a big movie person except for horror movies. So that's the only thing I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be talking to Kevin and find all about his hockey career and some good stories. Hopefully we can get like a nice little ghost story out of him or something too.
Ooh, totally. Especially in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So that's coming up in a couple of minutes. But before we bring Kevin in, there's obviously been a slew of concern because of the increase in COVID-19 cases in the league. Many teams have decided to pause play through the holidays.
I believe it was through because they go on a small 2 to 3 day holiday break. So I believe it would technically end on the 26th. So I believe that's when the games could start resuming on the 27th. I believe. Don't mark my words on that, but I think it's smart. I mean, these people, the players want to spend time with their family. The staff wants to spend time with their family. They don't want to, have to worry about potentially testing positive over the next couple days. I mean, Christmas is so far away if they celebrate Christmas, but I think just overall having, that little bit of a break it's scary, right? I mean, you got to figure, I was looking at the Kings, they're on the road right now. They're playing in Carolina, who had many cases. They're playing in Washington, who has many cases today. We're recording on Sunday. A couple of the Kings players already went down, and it's like, is it worth playing? Just go home at this point. I think the whole league should stop 2 weeks, maybe max at this point, and just kind of wait and push it off and see if you can kind of bring those numbers back in a little bit. But
yeah, and enact some, they're doing daily testing again, which is good because that's really important. That's how, you can keep a handle on it. And we want the players to be safe. We all, of course, we are so happy that hockey is back, but ultimately we want our favorite players in the league and everybody to be healthy and to be well because, it's not about the game tomorrow. It's about the league and the players as a whole and keeping them well. And it says that I read a little blurb rumor that, it's unlikely that we'll end up going to the Olympics because of the increase in the cases. And honestly, I think that's the right choice. And I want the players to make that decision. I hope that the players get to make that choice. Yeah. I know that they worked really hard to come to terms with the league and the Players Association to be able to get here. And we were all very excited about it. But at the end of the day, like, these are unprecedented times, guys. And it's about keeping them safe and healthy. And it's not, it's not about competing in the Olympics, though I know they all would really want to, of course.
Yeah, but you also got to think, if there's rumors of having to have a 3 to 5 week quarantine, in addition,
can't do that.
Like, it's just crazy. But I just don't like the fact that, like, some teams have been able to say, we're postponing all games until this time. It should be all the teams, because they just announced today that there's no more, cross the border games going on for the next, for this Christmas break. But it's like, okay, I get that. And the Kings schedule, they're playing today in Washington. They're supposed to play Edmonton in a couple days. And then right before Christmas, they're playing Vegas. So if Edmonton was canceled, are they going to still be playing Vegas? Or has Vegas postponed? And it's like, who's in charge of saying, yes, this team can postpone, but this team can't?
It's looking a little messy to me. And I do think that, Gare Bear's got to get in front of this and get out in front of it. And I mean, that's his job, is to take the heat. And people might be mad at him if he says, okay, no games until, January, the outdoor game on New Year's Day or whatever it is. New Year's Day, right?
Yeah.
I told you I was brain dead. So everything sounds incorrect to me when the words come out of my mouth right now. But, postpone everything until then. If we don't go to the Olympics, the games can be made up in those weeks. They've got some flexibility with the schedule. Everybody's used to this now at this point. Like, when we thought we were going to have a regular full season, clearly that's not going to be the case. There's already a bunch of games that need to be rescheduled, so.
Yeah, that's all I got regarding that situation.
Exactly.
Do you have any good Christmas plans going on?
I plan to be in my pajamas for 2 whole days, doing absolutely nothing but snuggling with Ringo and watching Christmas movies. That's it.
There you go.
What about you?
I work Christmas Eve, and then we have our little Christmas Eve get together with the fam. And the following day, pretty much nothing. On Christmas Day, I'm just going to make a good old prime rib and just chill.
It sounds good. That sounds really good. I wish I was eating your prime rib. But all right. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
Absolutely. Spend time with family. Put your phones down.
Yeah.
Unless you want to listen to the episode with your family, then that's fine too.
That's a good idea, because here comes Kevin. Yeah. Enjoy. This week's episode of the House of Hockey podcast is brought to you by football fans. I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game, but with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point is scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still get in on the NFL action. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings daily fantasy sports contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN, that's THPN, for the Hockey Podcast Network. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. If they score, you score with promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only, new customers only, minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer, restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No, born and raised in Calgary, and then played down in New Orleans for a couple of years for the Brass. 2 inaugural years here, so it was pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go. We're going already. So,
Oh, let's do it.
so you're not from New Orleans. We've cleared that up thanks to my dumb blonde moment from there. But tell us about, okay, so you stayed in New Orleans because you loved it so much. Let's go with like New Orleans. You're in New Orleans now. You are retired from pro hockey.
Retired at 28 from concussions. I had 8 total, so the last one was pretty bad. I was dating a girl from down here, and the rest of that story goes. Ended up marrying her, and at the time of retirement was either move back to Canada in the minus 40-degree weather or stay down in New Orleans where it's warm and sunny all the time. So we made that decision, which was pretty easy. And I'm glad I made that decision. I miss home, but I definitely don't miss the cold at all.
Yeah.
So.
Well, tell us then, let's stick with like New Orleans for a minute. Tell us about playing for the Brass. So we have a friend and he's a fellow podcaster who's from New Orleans. And he gave us a good backstory this was a while ago, but about sort of the history of the Brass and all of that, but give everybody a little bit of a reminder of like how long the team was there and what it was like to play for them there.
I remember flying in they first flew us in. It was me, Jeff Lazaro, and I think a couple other guys. And the first play, we went to our little apartments they were putting us up in, and then they took us down to Bourbon Street. And I know Lazaro didn't know if he was going to sign or not. And then once we got to Bourbon Street and saw that, it was a done deal. It was unbelievable. A 21-year-old kid, 22-year-old kid. Laser was a little older, but we loved it. And it was, we did really well down here. We had a good little arena, the municipal auditorium. It held, I think, about 5,000 people, and we sold out all the time. The fans were right on top of us. Didn't have a clue what was going on, but loved the fighting. And they, right down the street from Bourbon Street. So it was awesome. I love playing here. I was here for the first 2 years, so it was great.
That's so cool. I wish I had been there then and gone and seen it, but.
Yeah. Well, the first 2 years were great, and then they moved into the New Orleans arena where the basketball team, the NBA team plays now. So it changed a little. You get 5,000 people in an 18,000 seat arena. It's just not the same, So I think the team was down here, I think, for 7 or 8 years, and then the whole kind of Southern Division, the East Coast Hockey League, kind of folded. But it was a good run. It was good.
Yeah, and you've played, so we pulled a little bit of info from your hockey bio page. So you played in 6 leagues over the course of your entire career. Yeah. How would you say, there's a lot. First of all, I have one question. What the heck is a British Super League?
Yeah.
That was a good time too. That was a really good league over there. I played for the Manchester Storm and the Irish Scottish Eagles, and they had a lot of really good hockey players, a lot of good pro hockey players over there. And it was really, really good hockey. Manchester, we played an 18,000 seat arena. We get 17,000 fans every game. It was awesome. Oh. Yeah, it was a really good league. A lot of good players played over there.
And like UK hockey, primarily like the what did they call it? We just had talked about the Belfast Giants and the little cluster that they have there. They always say that, it's good hockey. If you're a Brit and you know about hockey, like it's good hockey. But for those who don't know about it, and then for you to say that there's 18,000 fans that could be showing up, that's got to be an absolute trip.
It was cool. It was cool. And back when I played, I think they had a lot more better players going over there to play. They were paying a lot more money, and there's a lot more teams. London had a team. Sheffield, Belfast didn't have a team, but there was a lot of good teams and a lot of good players over there. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Give us a story from your time over there, or like, did you get to travel anywhere around Europe? Or
actually, we went to some tournament, I think, in Finland. They got these weird tournaments where they play in the league. We went to some tournament in Finland, which was pretty cool. But I did get a chance. I played with the Canadian national pre-Olympic qualifying team for a little while, and we traveled all over the world, which is super cool.
What's your favorite spot that you got to travel to?
Not really my favorite, but the coolest spot was Moscow, Russia. And we played in the Red Army Arena, and playing against the Red Army team. It was pretty cool. A lot of tradition there, and it was pretty neat to see that.
And are all the stories true about what you think and what we've heard from other podcasts?
Yes, Russia it is. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely makes you appreciate living and being from North America, big time. With all the stuff going on in the world today, in America today, people have no clue about what it's like in other spots. We're very, very fortunate.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are. I've been to Cuba, and I mean, I know that's not Russia, but it's, a communist country, and it's, seeing it and being able to experience how people really live there in the day to day and seeing their homes is quite shocking. When you, yeah.
So. I remember flying there with Team Canada, and me and another guy got, you see the Russian military or whatever they are, the guards holding machine guns in the airport. And we got pulled into the side room, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. But we were in there for a couple hours, and I don't know what they were doing. But then we finally got released. But it was different.
Well, yeah, because they could do whatever they want.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, a kind, to some degree, and like, you're really shit out of luck. Like you can't do anything about it. But
well, I went all right. We got to see Moscow, and it was cool. It was neat to see. Yeah.
Crazy. I couldn't even imagine, because we had Jillian, right? Is it Jillian? Am I thinking of the right person? From the KHL?
I think so. Yeah. She's a reporter. She covers the KHL.
Okay. Yeah.
She was in it. She had some crazy stories for us too. And we're like, holy moly.
Oh, yeah.
And she obviously couldn't tell us a lot of them as well, publicly.
Right. I mean, I got a chance to play with a lot of Russian players over here, and that they get over here and they can't believe the stuff they can do and get, and it's a whole different world to them. A lot of great guys, but it's different.
Yeah. So how did you get into hockey then? Being from Calgary, that's an assumption, right? But
born in Canada, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? But my father played pro. He played for the San Diego Gulls for a couple of years. He actually played with Willie and they're really good friends. So, we go down to visit Willie in the summertime and stuff, which is pretty cool because he's making a big impact in the game now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, he was basically my coach my whole life growing up.
Wait, your dad or Willie?
My dad.
Okay.
Not Willie, no. But my father was my coach, growing up, and he pushed me hard. He made sure hockey was my main focus, which is good and bad in a way, but it turned me out into a pretty good guy. So, it was a tough upbringing, but it was worth it in the end.
Definitely. And did you know that you wanted to get into acting your entire hockey career, or when did that come about?
Never. I just, I had a lot of people in the movie industry, producers and whatnot. I meet a lot of people, and they tell me you kind of got the look, and you're on the SWAT team. You do all this stuff with guns and action stuff, playing hockey. You should start acting. I never really even thought about it. And then I got a role on a TV show, The Purge, and it just kind of went from there. I got a role with lines, wasn't even a cop role, and then I just started doing the tactical consult on the. Some of the guys were doing movements with guns and stuff through the rooms and stuff, and I taught them how to do that. And everything just kind of snowballed, and I've been doing really well with it. It's going big time now.
So wait, explain the SWAT part. Like, what does that mean? Like, you're a trained, like you're law enforcement on top of this too?
Yeah, I've been a cop for 17 years. Yeah, I'm an NOPD police officer.
Oh,
yeah, that's actually a funny story because I retired hockey, and then while I was trying to become a U.S. citizen, I worked in the oil field for a couple of years, going off, just trying to stay active and work. And then I became a cop in 2005. I was in the academy, and we were there for about 2 months, and Katrina hit while I was in the academy. So they sent us to headquarters for the storm. After the storm passed, they told us to leave, go home. We'll call you when we need you. Well, me and another guy went to the 6th district, met with the captain. We said, look, we're here. We'll do anything you want. And there's a big old burly captain named Anthony Canatello, a big Italian dude. He's like, hell yeah, come on. And he basically swore us in, and me and this other guy became cops for like 3 months. working the streets during Katrina, doing rescue missions, everything. And the chief of police actually came and swore us in at the Walmart on Chavatulis, and we did police work for about 3 months, and then had to go back to the academy and finish the academy for another 4 months, and then we became real cops again. So it was a pretty cool story.
Wow, the things that you guys had to do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just it was shocking. It was shocking to hear what you guys
Especially being a kid from Calgary, just retired hockey, you know. I mean, the stuff I saw and had to do was, you know, it was very awakening.
Yeah. That's okay. So then wait, so why did you decide you were working that way, but why go into law enforcement? I feel like you didn't explain that, or did I miss that?
Well, you know, I was once I did the Katrina thing, and I kind of met a lot of the SWAT guys, and I was either going to be a firefighter or a cop. My father was a firefighter for 30 years, you know, a lot of hockey players going to that field. You know, it's like the teamwork's still there, the camaraderie. And once I saw the SWAT team, I knew that's what I wanted to do. So, you know, once I hit the streets out of the academy, I worked the streets for about 1.5 years, and then I got on the SWAT team, and I was there for about 10 years full time. Wow. So it was fun.
Right. And then, so at that, sorry, Breezy, jump in at any point. She knows how I get like with New Orleans, I get like very excited. I have that city has a very special place in my heart. But so during that time of Katrina and all of that, that's when the movie industry started to make its return back to Louisiana, like in the few years following. So is that sort of how then that sort of crossed over for you?
Not at all.
No.
Started doing movies and TV about 3 years ago.
Okay.
2.5 years ago. Yeah. I had no plans ever to do it, ever. You know, and then just the the tactical consult is, I mean, I just did a show with Steve Howie, True Lies. It's a pilot, like the old movie from Schwarzenegger. They're doing a show called True Lies with Steve Howie from Shameless. So, how to promote and how to move, and I work with the director on what looks right and everything. So it's, you know, it's going really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I end up usually getting lines and roles, and you know, most of them are playing a SWAT cop, you know, with lines and stuff. But it's still pretty cool to see yourself on the big screen. You know.
What's been your favorite set to work on?
They've all been pretty cool. I did a movie called Free Rayshon with Lawrence Fishburne and Skeet Ulrich. Was pretty cool. I did Your Honor with Bryan Cranston, which is pretty cool. I just finished a movie with Max Martini called The Channel, which will be coming out in a few months, which I had a lot of lines and a lot of shooting and stuff. So
cool.
A lot of cool stuff, you know.
Dang. That is so cool. Don't you think? Cool. I'm like, you're so cool, Kevin.
Thank you. Yeah.
Says the nerdy girl who's like, you're so cool. You played hockey, you were in movies, you live in New Orleans.
Yeah. I've always been that kind of guy that just, you know.
That's really cool.
Well, I mean, you know, that too, but I just don't like to, I could never be tied down doing one thing. I always, you know, I always tell myself, I don't want to be on my deathbed at 75 years old and thinking back and saying, I should have done that. You know, going into the movies with these, you know, you get on set with these speaking roles and it's, you know, it's all chaos. And then they're like, okay, we're about to roll. There's like 50 people around, cameramen, all these people watching you. And then it's rolling, it's dead silent. And then it's just you and whoever you're with. And I was scared to death. But I told myself, I don't want to be laying on my deathbed and say, you know, I should have done that. I regret not doing that. You know, so I'm glad I was able to do that. And it gets easier every time. The more lines I get, the harder it is, but you know, it's going well.
Now, how does that stress compare to, you know, before you step out on the ice to play hockey? Like, you know, how would that compare?
I mean, you know, I've been playing since I was 5. Hockey was more of an adrenaline rush. Hockey was more like, you know, being on a SWAT team, going to hit a house at a high risk warrant. It was an adrenaline rush. You know, this is you have to get your lines right. You have to hit your marks right, or you look like a complete idiot, you know. Because they're hiring you and they're spending all this money on you and they believe in you, you know, and there's no, I mean, you can do retake, but it's, I mean, you gotta be on point big time.
Dang. So what would you say would be harder, growing up with a tough dad as a coach, or trying to remember your lines and not make a fool out of yourself?
I always tell people, my childhood was like the movie 300. The kid growing up and the dad. That's what my childhood was like. It was like, yeah, you're not hurt. It was like that. I think remember the lines, especially after having 8 concussions.
Yeah.
It's tough for me. It is. I try. My girlfriend's a pretty big actress. She's been in a lot of big movies and TV, and she memorizes pages the night before.
Wow.
I don't know how she does it, but she's amazing. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's definitely an art.
I would definitely say so.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So wait, have you been able to play hockey in a movie yet?
No, and I want to. Maybe at one point when I get big enough, and if I ever do get big enough and am able to get an agent, maybe I'll be able to put some feelers out for hockey movies. But there's not too many hockey films filming down here. But
well, yeah, you'd have to travel out of New Orleans, probably.
I mean, I would, but I mean, there's there's not a lot of hockey movies being made right now. But I definitely that'd be really cool.
That would be cool. Like, yeah, I wouldn't even know like what a good movie would be about.
Like, I think you should be the new coach of the new Mighty Ducks series because they fired Emilio Estevez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's not vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure that was the headline. So yeah, he's out. So you could be the new coach Bombay.
But the word out.
I will. You have to go to Vancouver. You have to go back to Canada. That's where they filmed that show. So
yeah, I'd heard their film. I didn't know he got fired though. That's crazy.
Or, okay, maybe fired isn't the right word, but like he's no longer part of the series, which I think is whatever, like health wise, I understand, but like him coming back was sort of like the reason for me as a grown up to watch a show about kids playing hockey, right. To see him again, but anyway, I digress.
Good kind of strong on his beliefs. So, I mean, there's a crazy world right now,
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to your hockey days. Like, give us some stories from your days, like the fun stuff or the hard stuff or the easy stuff.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff. I played Major Midget in Calgary. Then I went and played in Moose Jaw with the Warriors. Babcock was my coach. I played with Ryan Smith. He played for the Oilers. A couple other good hockey players, and that was, moving from Calgary to Moose Jaw was definitely a big change. I love playing in the league, but Moose Jaw really wasn't my favorite place to be. It was tough, but it was a great learning experience. I had a great year. Got drafted by the Buffalo Sabres. Played with a lot of good players, and then I got traded to Spokane the next year, which was awesome. Going from Moose Jaw to Spokane in the Western Hockey is like literally like going to an NHL team in Spokane.
God,
it was amazing down there. Yeah. Played a lot of Valerie Bure, Ryan Duffy, Brant Myers, Brian McCabe. We had a really good team, and we had a lot of fun there too. A lot of fun stuff. I don't know if I can really talk about, but it's good fun teenage stuff.
Do you have like a memorable goal songs or anything like that you could share with us, or maybe from the Super League that I'm still not going to get over that there's an actual Super League?
Well, I played my first year pro was in Chicago in the ECHL for the Wolves, and we were in the playoffs, the first round of playoffs against the San Francisco Spiders, and I think it was game 7. I'm not sure. It was game 7, and I scored the overtime winning goal, which was pretty cool. Yeah, the first ever, win for the franchise in history in the playoffs. So that's definitely my favorite memory of scoring a goal. Mm-hmm. And I was able to go back on YouTube, like searching YouTube for Chicago Wolves goals, whatnot, and I found it, which is pretty crazy.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I screen saved it and saved all the video and whatnot. So it was pretty cool. Was able to show, I got an 8-year-old son, so I was able to show him that. It's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because your son now is, looking at you and it's like, dang, my dad was a professional hockey player. He scored the sick goal. Now he's police officer, SWAT guy, just going back to you being a cool guy. I mean, it's got to be, something that you really have had quite the experience growing up, and, you know, saying what you said earlier, being on your deathbed and not wanting to have any kind of regrets. I mean, you're definitely doing a real good job at making sure that that's not going to be the case.
Right. It's not, I don't think it's so much me going out and doing stuff. It's taking advantage of the opportunities you get. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the important thing, not to, you know, just don't be scared to try something new. You know, if you fail at it, you fail at it, big deal, you know, move on to the next thing. And that's how I went with acting. I said, you know, they obviously want me to do this. They trusted me to do it. So F it, I'm going to do it. And I did it, you know, so.
What would you say is what you learned from your time playing professional hockey? Like, what do you take from those years playing with you today?
Number one, absolutely discipline. Absolutely disciplined. You know, I grew up, my father's very disciplined, team oriented. You know, you play for the other player on the team, not, you don't play for yourself. And that goes into anything you can do these days. Discipline. I was showing up on time, never be late, you know, pay attention, open your ears, shut your mouth, and just go out. Everything you do, give it your best. You know, give 100% with everything you do.
Yeah. That's
Hands
true.
down. Yeah. And that, you know, it relates to everything, police work, acting, whatever you do, you know, and it's got me places. So I'm glad. It definitely taught me a lot, and it definitely got me a lot of places.
Is there any hockey rinks? I can't remember from our conversation, but are there any hockey rinks currently in New Orleans? Is there none, right?
Zero.
Okay.
The Mudbugs are the closest team to you still, right?
Up in Shreveport, right?
I don't even know. I don't know. I think they might have a rink in Biloxi too. In the arena. I don't know. But they used to have a little rink called Leo's Ice Rink in Baton Rouge, and a bunch of us would go play every Wednesday night, but they tore that down.
Oh,
yeah. We'd go play against these like 20-year-olds, and I could literally barely move the next day. It was so much fun to get out there and play.
Yeah. Would you play again, like for fun, if there was a?
Yeah, absolutely. I still got I got everything in the attic. I got all my sticks lined up like you do in the dressing room and everything. You know? I would definitely play again.
Is there a part of you that wishes that you could get your son into it, or no?
No, absolutely. He wants to play, but he lives up in Atlanta with his mother. So it's, you know, they have hockey in Atlanta, but I'd rather him play hockey if I was there to really teach him, rather than, you know, put him into a system where he's not really gonna learn and just kind of waste. You know, if he wanted to play, he could, and he does, but he's an amazing football player. So he's really excelling at football big time.
All right.
So, yeah, he's really good. He's got high schools coming to watch him now, and he's 8 years old. Yeah,
oh my God.
He's special.
Were you that special at
No.
8? No.
No. I mean, I was good, but not, you know, I never played football, so I can see it, but I could always see it in these kids that played it, that I, you know, I grew up teaching in hockey school and stuff. You'd see the young kids, and you saw one or two, like Danny Heatley was one of them, played with my brother. Chris Callan, you know, a couple guys. I mean, Heatley was unbelievable. And I knew it back then. You could see he was just different. He was just doing things that, you know, 10 years old that guys were doing in the NHL, the little things that you can't teach. You know what I mean? And I see that in my son. He's doing that now in football. Absolutely.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Hopefully he keeps on working on that. I'm trying to instill in him the discipline and the work ethic and whatnot my father did with me, but in a better way.
Yeah.
In a funner way. So he doesn't, you know, he enjoys doing it rather than, you know, having a career at 5 years old.
Yeah. That's a lot of pressure on a kid.
It is. Yeah. And it was for me. I mean, I was under a lot of pressure. I couldn't, you know, I was never allowed to go skiing or snowboarding with all my friends snowboarded, and I wanted that, but I couldn't do it in case I, you know, broke a leg, or then you can't play hockey, you know. So it was tough, but, you know, I turned out all right.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, Breezy, ask him about spooky stuff.
Oh yeah, both Ray and I are pretty big into spooky stories, out of towners, such as aliens and whatnot.
Ghosts, hauntings, that kind of thing.
Ghosts, hauntings, all that kind of stuff. And we are
He's laughing at us.
that you got a good story for us.
I'm scared to death of ghosts. Like, I'm scared. I don't even watch scary movies. I don't do any of this. I'll go in a room and then hunt down a murder perp, but I don't mess with ghosts and all that. No.
Oh, man.
Have you ever been on a ghost tour in New Orleans or anything?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I went on one of those too, and it's pretty crazy.
I wasn't there long enough to be able to go on a tour, but I really wanted to go. There's a story that just kind of got me about Zach and Abby, I think is what their names were. It's a pretty gnarly story, and I really wanted to go see like the apartment on like where all this had happened, but we didn't quite get the chance to go do any kind of ghost tours out there. But
yeah, I think that was on the tour. There's some weird thing where everyone was dying or killing or whatever.
Yeah.
And the next movie I'm doing is with Nicolas Cage, and he's all into that stuff. He's actually got a grave down here, or like or whatever that he bought it that he's going to be buried in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you heard about that?
I think I remember that. Yeah, and Jennifer Coolidge lives there too. Did I say her name right? Stifler's mom. Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. Yeah. We met her at me and my girl actually went to I don't know, some big party here, and she was there. She's a really, really cool girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually came into Table One once when I was there, because she spends like half of the time there. I think she owns a home there in the Lower Garden District, and she came in by herself and just had a nice meal, and nobody bothered her. And that's what
a lot of the actors love coming here, is because nobody cares. I did the security for Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie for a few days. I was with them the whole time. And
I'm dead. You have to revive me. What?
Yeah. So after Katrina, they had the blue roof thing or whatever. And they were here for a big fundraiser. Sandra Bullock was there, Chris Rock. But I had Brad Pitt and Angelina, so I was with them the whole time. And they were awesome, down to earth, cool people. But we'd be walking around and nobody cared. Nobody cared.
No, nobody even knows. They're too drunk to pay any attention.
Right. Too drunk, or they just don't. I don't know. It's weird, but that's why a lot of actors love coming here.
Oh yeah.
Fishburne, he's got a house in the French Quarter too. He loves coming.
That's right.
Yep.
And there's a couple other people I can try to remember their names. I think Mark Ruffalo's been down there a bunch. He loves coming there, and there's a whole bunch of people. That's really cool. I love hearing good things about people loving New Orleans, because I love it so much. But
yeah, it's a cool town. It's a little different for me. Being a cop, I kind of, I live in the belly of the beast for 8.5 hours a day, and I see the worst of it. I see how evil human beings can be, and it's very disheartening. But it is a good city. It really is.
Yeah.
Whenever we leave on vacation, you always, you go to LA or New York. You miss that intimacy of New Orleans. You can get anywhere in 10 minutes. Everything's open 24/7. You can eat. The food here is amazing. It's the Big Easy for a reason.
Yeah. The Southern hospitality, the hey babe, just the accents and on the locals and everything like that. It's just it's a special place.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Do you have any recommendations for anyone who may be going down to visit New Orleans anytime soon? Best places to eat, drink, go see, anything like that?
Well, you got to go to Bourbon Street at least once. I don't, it's getting a little dangerous down there now, but you have to go to Bourbon Street at least once. Pat O'Brien's, Cat's Meow, yada, yada. My favorite restaurant here, hands down, is called Adolfo's on Frenchman Street. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but
What's it called?
Adolfo's, Adolfos. Adolfo's.
Yes.
Heard of it?
Yes.
Oh my God. It's a little quaint little Cajun Italian place right on Frenchman Street, and it's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That or Irene's another good spot. Mm-hmm. Irene's, and then Desi Vegas Steakhouse. I got to give a shout out to my boy Desi. I'm good friends with him. It's a really good steakhouse. So yeah, but you can't go wrong. Anywhere you eat down here is unbelievable.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Go ahead, Breezy. Let's hit him with the final three.
Final three. All right. I don't know how he's not gonna like these too much.
Remember, I am a cop. I gotta.
It's okay. We'll get you in trouble.
No, they're all fun. We ask every single guest, male or female, and if you don't have an answer, then you don't have an answer, or you can just have fun with it. Who is your favorite all-time hunk of hockey?
What do you mean hunk of hockey?
Like a good-looking dude, or just someone who's really good at hockey that you just kind of maybe admire, just look up to.
I was in Detroit. I was with Detroit for a while, and my D partner was Paul Coffey, and he's just a great dude, and he really. He'd keep me after practice and help me do drills. And I was 20 years old. I was like, this is unbelievable. So as far as hockey goes, probably him. As far as a hunk of a hockey player, Dave Lemanowicz.
All right.
He's a goaltender. He's married to an actress as well. He was our goalie in Spokane, and I'm still really good friends with him. Talk to him all the time. But if you look him up, you'll see why. He's a good looking dude.
All right, we'll do a little screen grab on that for our listeners.
Shout out to my boy Dave.
Yes. And who is your favorite hockey lady?
Hockey lady.
Yeah, wife, girlfriend, player, news, media, anything.
Y'all too.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
All right, hit him with the last one, Ray.
And do you have a Sidney Crosby story?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know Sidney. I wish I did. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
But no, I'm 47 years old, so I'm a little before his time.
That's okay. No, we ask everybody these. It's our standard.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
We're to see this Connor Bedard kid coming up to see how he compares to Sidney. You heard of Connor Bedard playing in Regina? I
have briefly.
So he got the exceptional status. He played in the WCHL as a 15-year-old.
Whoa.
So he's supposed to be the next Sidney Crosby. So yeah, he's coming up. He's gonna be good.
Man, the league's gonna have some heavy hitters. I mean, there's some really good players in there currently. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, who's your current team? Do you follow anybody? Any teams?
The Las Vegas Golden Knights. My general manager for Brandon Wheat Kings was Kelly McCrimmon. This is another cool story. Kelly McCrimmon, he's the GM in Vegas. And I was playing hockey on the Wednesday nights here with a guy, Paul Spring, he's a doctor here. And we got to talking, and he's like, you played in Brandon Wheat Kings. I'm best friends with Kelly McCrimmon. And he, in my 20-year-old year, he kind of gave me a chance and got me on the team. We went to the Memorial Cup, and he kind of gave he believed in me and gave me a second chance in my career and pushed me past that point. And I'd always wanted to get in touch with him for the longest time. I tried emailing him when he was still in Brandon, writing me. I was just, thank you for what you did. And I was able to get his phone number from Paul Spring, Kelly, and I was able to get in contact with him and thank him for what he did for me. So we stay in contact all the time, and he's a pretty special guy to me, Kelly McCrimmon, GM of Vegas. So I'm a Golden Knights fan, which is probably kind of weird. I don't know if too many people are, but
not at all. I mean, they're kind of hard to hate. They do get a lot of it. I definitely dislike them when they play my teams, but I mean, you got to cheer for them, right? I mean, they're just the misfits of hockey, right? So they're a good team.
They put a great show on too.
Yeah, great team, good show.
I'm gonna try to catch a game out there for sure.
You have to. I've been. It's incredible what they do.
Well, I played for the Thunder. I played in Vegas for the Thunder.
Yeah.
ECHL, yeah, way back in the day.
Did they put on a show then?
No. Not like I heard they're doing that.
You're gonna go to a Golden Knights game and you're gonna be like, "What the heck? Where was this when I played? What you guys didn't even. This is It's not even anywhere close to It's a Vegas show. It's a literal show, and then there's hockey happening on top of it.
That's pretty cool. Another cool story is so my girlfriend gets all these VIP because she's a big time actress. So we got VIP suite tickets to Madison Square Garden to a Rangers game, and we walk in, and I look over, and it's Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky, and I played with his brother Brent in Vegas, so we started talking, And I literally sat with Wayne Gretzky for the whole game against Edmonton. And I watched the whole game with Wayne and Janet and his two sons were there too. So it was pretty cool. And you talk about a down-to-earth, cool, normal person. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Jeez.
I don't think I would be able to compose myself. I would just like, I wouldn't know what to say.
You know, you think that, but then once you talk to him, he's just a normal person, you know, which is really good to hear. You know, people are really worried about how, you know, celebrities and big stars are like that, but everyone I've experienced has been really down to earth and cool. You know, even Brad Pitt and Angelina, Wayne Gretzky, all these people are, you know, they're just normal people, which nobody thinks they would be, but they are.
Right. And I think it also has to do with you as a person too. I mean, if you act, you know, as you are currently, just cool, calm, collective, just kind of being go with the flow, they're going to act like that towards you as well.
His brother's a cop up in Ontario. Brent's a brother, Gretzky's brother now. He's a cop in Ontario. So, you know, we kind of got talking about that and stuff. So it was cool. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a life. That is incredible. Yeah. Tell everyone where they could keep up with you on social media, where they can follow to see, you know, what new movies and things and stuff like that are coming out.
I got an IMDb page on just my name, Kevin Pozzo, shows all the movies and whatnot I'm in and I've done. 10-8 Pop and on Instagram. And then my consulting company is Red Team One Consulting LLC. So I got a YouTube page. I'm trying to start that up. Made a few cool videos. So yeah, it's going well.
Cool. Oh, tell everybody again, what's like the next film that's coming out that they can watch you in?
So the one I just finished is called The Channel with Max Martini. We just wrapped last week filming. So they're doing, you know, the editing and post-production and whatnot. I don't know when that's going to come out, but it's going to be a cool movie, a lot of shooting and stuff. And then I start another movie called Renfield in I think it starts in January or early February. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I did another one with Taron Egerton called In With the Devil.
Ooh.
It's on Apple TV and that comes out in the next few months. I'm not sure.
So basically you're in like all the movies on all the platforms and we can watch you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And everyone should follow you to keep up on release dates and watch you. And I'm sure you'll hit them with all the details on where they can watch shows.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time, officer and hockey player and actor. We appreciate you, SWAT leader, team leader. The wrong hand probably, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, this was fun. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming over to our House of Hockey podcast and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And in the meantime, you can follow us on social media. Just look for House of Hockey podcast. We'll be back next week.